guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley Williams. Today I'm going to be explaining what all is happening with our pregnancy, why it's high risk, and what that means for us. I apologize for the noise. I've got my 1-year-old here. He's 14 months. His name is Aries. I'm in his room because it has the best lighting in the house, and that way he can just play while I talk to you guys. Okay, so what is going on with me is that I am Rh negative. And so with my 3 previous pregnancies, I got the RhoGAM shot, and that's about all I knew about that, was just that my blood was Rh negative, just like my mom and my sister, and you get the RhoGAM shot and everything's fine. Well, that is not the case, and I was not educated about this stuff whatsoever. Sorry, I'm taking a moment in between clips to just kind of catch my breath. I'm so out of breath from being pregnant, so I don't want to have a bunch of breathing in my video when I'm talking, sorry. So with my last 3 pregnancies, everything was great. I had relatively easy, healthy pregnancies. My first 2 that are 14 and 10 were born just fine. And then my last pregnancy, which was my 3rd pregnancy with Aries, this little guy, it was fine as well, and I got my RhoGAM shot, and then he was my easiest labor and delivery by far. So easy and a great experience. So that was a huge blessing. Not that the other ones were terrible, but he was the easiest, definitely. So, we had him. Labor was like 7 hours. I was induced, and he was out in a few pushes. Healing wise, everything was pretty easy and minimal. I did have a little tear. I think I had 2 stitches, one in 2 different spots. But it wasn't too bad at all. And then I think a few hours after he was born, or like later in the day, they came in and said that he needed to be treated for jaundice under the Billy lights, those blue lights. So okay, no worries. I think we started him on a Billy blanket. So he just like laid on it, and I was able to still nurse him and hold him and everything. And then as the next day went on, I tested his blood every few hours, and his numbers just were like shooting up fast. Totally not normal. He was Coombs positive, which I had no idea what that meant, really. So they added more lights to him, and so I had him Thursday. Sunday morning, his numbers still were rising, even with all these lights on him. So they had him go to the NICU. One sec. Okay, so without getting into too much more detail, I'll save that for another video. Sorry. He went to the NICU. He was there for 2 weeks, had IVIG and blood transfusions, and he ended up having hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn. It's HDFN, and so he was anemic, and thankfully for people that donate their blood, they saved his life. And we still, even after he came out of the NICU, he still had to have another transfusion, still had to be seen, and had to have his blood taken a lot. He still has little scars on his heels. from doing heel pricks so many times. Poor guy. But he's totally fine and healthy now, which is the good news. So he ended up being anemic because sometime toward the end of my pregnancy, my body sensitized, which means that my Rh negative blood factor somehow sensed his positive blood. So my body made antibodies, which basically attacked his red blood cells and was like killing his blood cells while he was growing inside of me. Sorry. What are you doing? But he never showed any signs of anything going on. During my pregnancy, even at the end of my pregnancy, I had the non-stress tests every week, and he always looked great. So we had no idea that I had sensitized. So I am sensitized for life, which means any babies I have that have a positive blood type, or that have the antigen for, I am anti-D is the antibody that I have. So any other pregnancies that I would have after that, after being sensitized, would affect any babies that were positive. I love when he talks, he's so cute. Say hi. Hi there. You got a black car. Yeah, you're so handsome. Yeah. So, we knew that I was sensitized. Now he's trying to show off for the camera. Hi. Crazy hair. So, we knew going into this pregnancy that I was sensitized with my last pregnancy. And I had kind of read up on it and joined a Facebook group for moms who are sensitized. And so I learned a little bit about it. I was, 8 weeks I took my blood. That was Tuesday. So by the next Monday, they called and told me that I did test positive for antibodies, the anti-D, anti-capital D antibodies. There's a wide range of different antibodies. But D is like one of the worst affecting ones. So I did test positive for it. And, so a titer is like a measurement of how much antibodies you have in your system. So, you can titer less than 1. It won't really show up. And then a titer that's 32 is critical for anti-D. Well, my titer is way beyond that. It's at 512. I mean, I don't know what it's at now at this point. It could be higher, it could be lower. I haven't had it tested again because once you test critical, they don't really test anymore. They just automatically go into the next phase of treating it seriously. So, that was very scary when they called and told me that I was way beyond critical. She told me that she would refer me to an MFM, which is maternal fetal medicine, a high-risk doctor. So I think they called me by the end of the week to schedule an appointment, and I saw them at 11 weeks for an initial appointment. And they did do an ultrasound there, and the baby looked good so far. So that was good. So now what this means for my pregnancy is that At 16 weeks, they would start doing weekly scans, weekly ultrasounds, excuse me, of the baby to check for signs of anemia, and it's called the MCA scan. It's the mid-cerebral artery. It's the mid-cerebral artery, which is in the brain. They check the blood flow, calculate a measurement based on that blood flow and the gestational age, and then you get a score. Any score that's 1.5 or higher is when you start talking about doing an intrauterine transfusion. It means the baby is anemic and needs blood. So they basically put a needle in through your belly into the umbilical cord and give the baby donor blood. Some people don't end up needing those at all. The baby is fine throughout the pregnancy. Some people need them every week or 2 weeks. It just varies by pregnancy. So it's super scary, super stressful. We don't know the baby's blood type, if it's positive or negative. I'm guessing it's positive because I think all of our other kids are positive. So, whether baby is really affected or not, or shows, signs of anemia, I'll automatically be induced at 37 weeks, which is September 21st. Because it's better for the baby to be outside of me than in, and, getting antibodies even longer. Thank you for sharing. Delicious, honey. You're so cute. But if the baby is needing transfusions or is showing, signs that it's just not doing well, then they can take the baby even earlier, like 34, 35 weeks. It just depends on how baby does. So, yeah, that's what we are dealing with right now. Just trying to take it week by week. Pray and stay positive. I'm just hoping for the best. I mean, the worst case scenario is, yes, your baby can die. But with modern medicine, thankfully, they're usually able to treat the baby. And most outcomes are positive, so that is really reassuring. So I want to share this because when I was going through stuff with Aries, sorry, it's almost nap time. When I was going through stuff with Aries, and even still through this pregnancy, there is not really anything out there other than this Facebook group. And Google has terrifying information out. It's not very, up to date or helpful at all. It scares you when you read it. It just has, sad stories of the bad things that have happened. So I wanted to share this so that other people in the future that are in this situation can find this hopefully get information and find comfort in following the journey that we are in right now. And I will take you guys along, tell you how the scans go, if we do transfusions and all of that. I want to show everything just so that this kind of stuff is out there as a resource for anybody who might need it. But I think that's all I needed to share today. I gotta put this guy down for a nap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to follow along on our high-risk allo immunization, I believe is what it's called, or sensitized pregnancy journey. I'm trying to think if I'm leaving anything out. I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or if you're going through the same thing, let me know in the comments down below. yeah, I will have other fun pregnancy videos coming up. I have a cute haul and symptom updates and stuff that will be coming soon too. So anyway, thanks again, you guys, if you've made it this far. I'll see you in my next video.